Namaste, welcome to Yes to Health. This is Purva Singh, yoga instructor, nutritionist and dietitian. And today we'll discuss about breath and breathing practice. So before talking about pranayam, I thought why not discuss about the breath, which is so important and vital. Still, most of us are not aware how we are breathing. When we are born, we know how to breathe. You must have noticed infants how they breathe. Their belly is rising as they inhale, their belly flattening as they exhale, and they are taking deep breath. As we grow up, we forget how to breathe properly because of stress, anxiety, so many things. We tend to take shallow breath. What happens when we take shallow breath? We are not giving our body cells amount of oxygen which is required by them. Less oxygen in our body, less functioning of the body, and then what happens? Your body is not functioning optimally and you have a lot of physiological and psychological problems. How to get rid of it? By breathing correctly. Now you will ask me, what is the right way to breathe? So here I will tell you 3 types of breath. First is clavicular breathing, second is thoracic breathing, and the fourth is abdominal breathing. Now clavicular breathing is very on the upper part of your lungs. So you are just taking shallow breath, reaching only upper lobe of your lungs, and that's it. Then comes a thoracic breathing. Your breath is reaching till your middle lobe of your lungs. So till middle lobe of your lungs you are breathing. So that is also not good. Then comes abdominal breathing. You are taking deep breath. So that is taking deep breath. As you take deep breath, as your abdomen, you're taking a lower part of your lungs. You're breathing with the lower part of your lungs. When you breathe with the lower part of your lungs, it is good. It is better than clavicular and thoracic, but it is not the perfect breathing. So what is the correct way to breathe? You must be thinking. Correct way to breathe is yogic breathing. Yogic breathing in which we employ all these 3 practice: clavicular, thoracic and abdominal breathing. When I'm using all these words, it must be sounding very complicated to you, but it's very simple. So always remember, when you breathe, as if you are filling a vessel with water. So when you fill a vessel with water, what happens when you take inhale? Just feel your lower lobe of the lungs filling up. Fill it, and then comes to the middle lobe. Middle lobe is filled, then comes to the upper lobe. Now all your lungs are filled with air, and you should feel your lungs expanding from the side, expanding from the front, expanding from the back. When this happens, your lungs are filled to full capacity. Your lungs presses diaphragm, that is the cavity separating thoracic. That is diaphragm is a muscle that is separating thoracic cavity with abdominal cavity. So when your lungs are filled with air, your lungs presses into the abdominal cavity. When the diaphragm is pressed by the lungs, it in turn it flattens, it goes down, and it presses the abdominal organs of your body, like stomach, like liver, like pancreas, and whole day this process should be going on. Then what happens? Your organs get massaged by your abdomen, by your diaphragm. Constantly, rhythmically, it is moving down, it is pressing your abdominal organ, then it is coming up with exhale. Whole day this rhythm is happening. And this rhythm is like exercise for your abdominal organs, and exercise and the toning for your abdominal organs. So it helps them functioning optimally. So this is called yogic breathing. So use this yogic breathing whenever you are conscious of your breath. Just check how you are breathing. This will help you always. And the effect and the benefits of yogic breathing is, first of all, it calms you down. Yogic breathing activates parasympathetic nervous system in our body. Parasympathetic nervous system relates to calm and the peace in your body and in your mind. It decreases your number of thoughts in your mind. It decreases your heart rate, so heartbeat decreases and your pulse rate decreases, your BP comes down. All these things happens when you are taking a yogic breath. And when this happens, your body comes to the balance. So when your body is in balance, your hormones are in balance, your body is functioning optimally, and that can become a reason that can help you in preventing many disease from your body, plus emotional, mental and physical stress from your body. So use yogic breath whenever possible. I know all the time we don't remember, we cannot be consciously breathing all the time, but whenever possible, try to use yogic breathing in your life. This will remove stress from your life. It will help you align with the universal consciousness, that the frequency of the universe, because you are in the rhythm. When you are in a rhythm with your mind comes in your mind waves comes in a rhythm, your mind is at peace, your body is at peace. So all these things help you attain a nice, good health. So use yogic breathing. And one more thing, when you are using yogic breathing, what happens, it stimulates your saliva secretion, and it increases lot of enzymes. It boosts enzymes in your saliva that helps with the boosting metabolism. And there's one more thing which is called nerve growth factor. What happens with age? Our brain cells start dying. This process of yogic breathing help in increasing that nerve growth factor in our body, that helps in the building a new nerve cells in our body. So keep breathing and use yogic breathing, which is very good for you. And stay healthy, stay happy. Namaste.